Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. Thank you for joining me today and continuing to show your support for this series. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. So, last episode, we completely messed up. Went into one of the into one of the Crimson Court missions and failed it drastically, leaving Danaville here with an affliction and maximum stress. So the first thing I think we're going to do today is actually dismiss Danaville. He started off okay, but didn't last very long. We're going to keep Dismas around. I want to try and save Dismas. That'll be a kind of long-term thing. I'm going to retire him for now though. Karen and Keogh here desperately need some attention, so we'll go to the Abbey and we will allow Keogh to pray. I wonder if doing these higher ones gets rid of it faster. So I'll put her in the cloisters. I'll spend an extra 500 treating her up, because she's a decent healer, and so I want to try and keep my healers around. And if we go to the tavern for Karen, we've got the caretaker here in the gambling hall, but I think we'll put him, again, I'll spend some money on him. I'll put him in the brothel, and we can confirm that. So we spent 3,000 gold already. So what else do we need to do? We need to go to the stagecoach, see if we've got any new people. No, we don't. And I think we're actually going to spend a bit of time at today's episode leveling up armour and weapons and stuff. And so let's have a look first at the blacksmith. And we're going to put our healer in here and see what we can do. For armour level 2, 750. Yeah, I'm happy with that. We'll get that. We haven't got level 2 of the weaponsmith yet, so what do we need for that? 8 crests and 8 deeds. We've only got 2 of those and no crests at all, so we're going to have to go in trying to get some crests today. And then if we go to the guild, again I want to try and level up my healer. So for 250 I can level up, I'm happy just to level up all of these. There we go. And for 1,000 I could unlock one of these. So Hand of Light is a ranged attack which debuffs the target, only doing half damage. This one, what would we lose? We've got Judgment, which is a ranged attack, the standard heal, the party heal, and Illumination. So Illumination is probably the one I would lose. It's Dazzling Light as well. Torch plus 6 and has a chance to stun. Okay, yeah, so I'd prefer Dazzling Light actually. So we can only have 4 combat skills at any one time, and I'll upgrade that as well. So we've got a really nice decent healer there. Down to 8,000 gold, or nearly 9,000 gold. So I'm actually happy to increase some of these as well. Tabraham I know is going to stick around for a while, so if we go into here and I want to upgrade some of these. Now this is one, he doesn't have open vein, and I like open vein, so I'm going to get open vein as well, which I'm going to swap out for duelist's advance. So we'll do those. In fact, we'll get that as well. What's this? Tracking shot. It's a buff, self buff, plus 14% damage. Well, this brings him forwards actually. Actually no, I'm going to get rid of the tracking shot for him. And we'll take him into the blacksmith as well and level up. So there we go. So now we've got 2 members of the party, but I know we're going to stick around. Well, hopefully, so long as they don't die. I want Rebu here to prove himself before he becomes like a proper member of the party. And again, we're poignant here. I want her to really kind of prove herself. I'm not sure who I want in this 3rd slot. We've got a gravedigger and we've got a jester. I really quite like the gravediggers, so I might actually run with a gravedigger today. And that's pretty much all we can do in town, I think. Do we want to send someone to a sanitarium who's not going to be in here? In fact, Dismas, if we're going to invest in you. Cursed heroes who share the same building or activity as other heroes have the chance to pass the curse on. Sharing an activity has the highest chance of contagion. Wow, okay. So if we had somebody here and here, they have a chance to get it. So what does he have actually? Plutomania and known cheat. That's not actually that bad. So I'm happy keeping him out. What does the Gravedigger have? Will only flagellate for stress relief and fear of unholy. They're not too bad. And the Jester, plus 20 stress if the torch is above 75. Okay. And Poignant has 2 major ones. So we might actually want to get rid of one of these. Because that's a ranged attack, that's a ranged attack. Yeah, I want to get rid of Scattering. So if we drop her into there, I want to try and get rid of Scattering. That's 5,000 gold, wow. But I'm happy to put some money into her actually. So we're right down on cash, so we're going to have to clear out this one today. We're going to add in the Gravedigger in the 3rd slot. What skills does he have? Pick to the Faces is my favourite. It's not only one of my favourite abilities, it's also my favourite name for an ability. It's brilliant, I love it. We've got Lunge, which is always a good one. That brings him forwards though, so... Not amazing. Flashing Daggers. Shadow Fade is a melee attack which sends him backwards. So really we would want to have that one to synergize with the Lunge. We'd want the Shadow Fade to synergize with Lunge. Thrown Dagger as well. Thrown Dagger is actually the one I would take instead of Lunge. So we're actually, I can't get it for, up to 1,000. Oh, well, we'll do that next time. We'll see what we're doing today. Let's have a look at the Jester as well. Dirk Stab is decent. We have a Bleed, which is fairly decent. Slice Off is another Bleed. No, I'm going to take the Jester because I like that Bleed. So we're going to embark. And I want a nice simple quest for today. Something which isn't going to be too taxing. So hopefully something that gives us a nice reward though. Complete 100% of room battles. Leper only, plus 20% healing received. Yeah, let's try and work on our tank a bit. We'll get this leper only healing bracelet, because that's really quite nice. We've got one of these anyway, these stalwart bucklets. Buckles even. So let's have a look at the trinket menu. What can we give people? Debuff Stone. Houndmaster only, we don't have a Houndmaster. Antiquarian only, we don't have an Antiquarian on this one. So yeah, I'm happy to go in as we are. I don't want Dismas to go in, I want Rebu, Tabraham, Barassa and a Levy. And hopefully these guys will actually prove themselves and we'll be able to give them proper names. So we'll go to Provision. Oh, I might not have enough here. I forgot about this. Wow, we're going to have to run a really... Tell you what, we'll do... I have to go in only with 8 food and 4 torches. I think 8 food and 3 torches. Yeah, this is going to be a dodgy mission, this. I shouldn't have spent out that 5,000. But we'll try it anyway. Okay, so...
They breed quickly down there in the dark. But
yes, we do.
Slay them even faster.
So we're going to have to double back on ourselves at some point. So we're going to go down to the south first, and then we'll double back on ourselves back north to head west. Okay. Combat straight away. And a stress on attack on our most stressed person. 23, wow. Don't really need to do any heals, so we will try and get rid of this stress damaging one straight away. Dirk Stab moves him forwards. I didn't swap over his abilities. Oh. In fact, Dirk Stab moves him forwards, and then doesn't he have one that moves him forwards one as well? So bleed on both of those. That has a chance to bleed both of these. One of them gets it, that's not bad. As long as one of them did. And he dodges the bleed back, that's good. And he dodges that as well. So yeah, this duelist advance allows him to move forwards, so that's nice kind of synergy with this character. So we can kind of swap these two back and forth. And I didn't get the open vein. That's a shame. Or he doesn't have Grape Shot Blast either. It's a bit of work to be done with this guy. So we're going to, let's have a look. 7 to 13 damage. Has a chance of killing either. We'll definitely kill this one because he has bleed on him. 7 damage, that's fine. That's actually better because he will die from the bleeding. So chop, hew. So we're going to do a chop on this guy. Kills him instantly. Brilliant. Bit of stress relief. And we want to try and do something with the back guy. So we're going to do this one again. Try and make him bleed, which he does. He dies from that. And so now we can actually start beating on this guy. There we go.
As the enemy crumbles.
So 750 gold and a citrine.
Push on to the task's end.
And we can carry on. We didn't take any shovels, so this is going to be awkward as well. Rack of blades. I'm sure that having bandages or something here would be better. But we'll try with the healer. She's the most likely to be able to heal herself. Which, yeah, that's fine. And again, we'll use her on this. Crate is empty. I like using the healer to pick up stuff behind me because she's got, she's able to heal herself more than she is the other members of the party. Because I can damage these whilst healing herself. And so we're going to try the synergy here. We're going to try the Dirk Stab on this swine drummer here. He does the drums of doom. Dodge, quadruple dodge there is the best. Wonderful. Mainly because he that is a stress-inducing attack, I'm pretty sure. So we want to try and get him down as much as we can. So he now has riposte. Minus 33 damage when riposte. Okay. Interesting. We can get him killed. Or we can start on this swine wretch. Which is good, because he does blight damage, which is nasty. Oh, dodge is nasty. Not too bothered about the bleeds. So riposte actually damages them. That's nice. So we're going to go with the chop here on one that's already damaged. Crit for 24. Bit of stress relief. Bring him back down. Drums of Doom, please dodge. No.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Interesting. Rent for the Old Gods has a chance to bleed, but also riposte. And Vomit has a chance to blight.
Panic.
Which it didn't, that's good. And I'm going to go for a chop on him. 14 damage.
Destroy. Them
And the Dirk Stab on this guy. And then finally... No, not finally. Dodged it. Gonna go for this duelist advance again. That riposte has actually been very good for us. Crusader only. We got rid of our only Crusader because he was useless. This is a room. We'll go down to the next room. I'm going to heal up. Oh, probably both of these now. Work on healing up these two in the next fight. So we want the healer, medicinal herbs, brilliant, and a journal page. So let's have a look at the journal page. One of these was actually stolen from us by our Crusader. So we fought in East Gallery, filled with portraits of our ancient lineage, uncaring witnesses to the slaughter. Al-Hazred, the fiery heartbeat of our retinue, wrought keen havoc in our enemies' ranks. I keenly feel his absence, even as I remember voiding myself upon seeing his lifeless body fall, blood pouring from his screaming mouth, some cruel knife having rent his lungs to gore. Yet we were victorious, and thus we press on. So I think these are giving you clues about what's going to come up in the boss fights. I'm not too sure though. We're actually going to raise another torch here, and I'm going to get rid of this one as well. I know that's risking it. We're going to have to do the last part of this in the dark, which is going to give stress to these guys. But I think I'm going to have to for now. There's nothing in this room, unfortunately. Would have been nice to have a fight there, actually. I'm going to get rid of half our food. And we're going to accrue a fair amount of stress as we go in, but I'm not going to up the lights until I get to this room here. And then we'll just do the rest of it in the dark as we go. It's a shame you can't cut through these corridors, like fast travel to another room. But that's the nature of the game, isn't it? So going to here, oh, we don't have a shovel either, so we're going to have to clear it by hand, reducing us, giving us more stress. These guys aren't too bad, unless we get surprised. And our healer's right at the front, so let's bring him back down. By attacking this one. This spitter is a blight one. I want to get rid of him as fast as we can. Gives him riposte, which might kill this guy. Oh, he dodges it.
Vision. The end approaches.
And stuns him. That's not good. We can't really do the synergy there. This will actually bring him forwards by 3. And I'd prefer... Yeah, I'd prefer her to be in second place. You can actually do some healing from second place. That's going to blight. These are the blight ones. So I need to heal Tabram up. That's a party heal. I meant to do normal heal. He can't do anything from this position, so he has to go forwards by 1. Dirk stab on one of these. Take it down by 4. Web dodge. Just thinking that Tabraham might have a chance of dying here, so I need to make sure I'm on the right one, Divine Grace 2, and heal up. That'll take him away out of death range, so that's good. And then we'll chop here.
This expedition at least promises
I know I'm making a
success.
few mistakes in this, so you'll have to bear with me with that. But now we're at the door, I want to raise... I'll raise it up by 1. Because there's nothing in here, I'm glad I did that. Move to the next room. Oh, she does have an affliction for that. But we get to keep them, so I'm okay with it. Pile of scrolls. Let's try it. Ooh, excellent, some scouting. Doesn't give us anything. straight into a trap. I'm not looking on the floor for these traps. Nothing in here either. So we'll head down to the next room, get a load more stress here because we don't have a shovel still.
Without tools of iron, you must rely on flesh and indefatigable purpose.
This is going to be a tough fight. Some more food, excellent. You're actually going to take 2 of that food. Nothing else I can use on him. Oh, we do have medicinal herbs. Can be used in combat. So we have a combat here. Some brigands. So what do we want to do? This is standard attack. Do we want to get the riposte up and running? I think we might do. Especially against this Fusilier, they are horrible.
The will to fight.
Okay, so that's almost killed him. If I do the Dirk Stab now, it'll push our tank back out of range. And I don't want to do that. So I'm going to do our best bleed here on... No, in fact, do it. He's already been this round. I want to try and get one of the ones that hasn't been. Yeah. It does bleed him for 3 points around, that's good. And we'll go for a heal on Tabraham.
Sedated.
So now our tank's bleeding as well. Slice and dice.
As the fiend falls,
Crit kill.
a faint hope blossoms.
The bleed's not too bad. I can do a hew here to kill the back one and deal some damage on the front one. Bit more stress relief. And we'll do the Battle Ballad on, I suppose, on Tabraham? Oh, it does it on all. Ah, cool. I need to start using that more.
And purpose.
So again, I think we'll do a party heal here. We're all injured a bit. And Wicked Slice to take him out. Bit more stress relief, that's what we need. We've got another blood, that's good. We could actually take Dismas into a mission if we have some of this blood. It depends on whether I'm actually still willing to kind of pump money into him or not.
Secrets
And we are now in
can be
pitch
found in the most
blackness.
tenebrous corners of this place.
+2 monster accuracy and damage, but major pluses to loot. I'm actually willing to take the risk here. I need a lot of loot coming out of this. So I'm not going to use my torch for this fight, if there is a fight here. And there's not. So we have the last corridor. Surprised. She can't heal in this slot, so that is bad. We'll use the Dirk Stab. No, in fact, we're going to use the Battle Ballad. Give our guys more resistances. Well, she can do Illumination, which increases the torch level, of course it does. We're actually going to move her back by 1. She can heal here. It gives him Blight. Chance of a second Blight, but misses. So he can actually do this to bring him forwards. We'll do it on the back one. And that gives him Riposte as well. And from here he can do a hew, hopefully kill the back one. Oh, they both miss. I believe they both miss. Let's double stack the Battle Ballad. I should have actually brought him forwards, but never mind. Crit for 8 damage and Blight. He has 2 health left. He needs to be healed. Try the hew again. Should not have done that. I really should not have done that.
Creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
I needed to heal up Tabraham. He's going to be on death's door in my next fight. Take all. We'll carry on. Because we can't use her skills out of combat. So he's going to end up on death's door. Unless we get something we can do with him. Nope, nothing. Oh, we can give him some food. Oh, and he got trapped. Okay, we are at the last door now. We're not going to get a hunger event. So I'm actually going to give him some. I'm going to give him some. And then we're going to head in. This is going to be quite a nasty fight. And of course they're going to target him. Dirk stab on the drummer. He's still blighted. Blighted? Blighted, yes. Pistol shot. So I do want to do duelist's advance. Get the riposte up. The riposte is nice. It's done a lot of damage to the enemy. So if I do it on, yeah, I want to get this guy down as fast as we can. This is going to be another blight with a riposte. Oh, that's a stress attack. That's not too bad then. We're going to do a heal on Tabraham. I might end up calling this guy Dismas just out of tradition, I suppose. 13 crit on him. All we need to do is survive this. We don't actually need to
Beard and frailty.
to heal up in town at all. We're automatically healed when we get back to town, thankfully. So we've got one guy fearful, so he has a chance of not actually doing this move. What do we have? Purge. Knocks him back by 3. Clears all corpses. This guy will this Hugh will actually kill this one if it connects. So I'm happy to do that. And then I'll try and push this guy backwards. We've got another. Do we have another? No, we don't, thankfully. Oh, yes, we do. Another resolve test. He's masochistic. Oh, this is going to cost so much.
Find it in no shorts.
And he's on death's door. Oh, no. What am I doing in this run? Tracking shot. Ranged. Hardly any. I just need to attack. Attack. All we need to do is survive. All we need to do is survive. That's a big bleed. So if I do that on this guy, that might... yeah, that'll kill him anyway, that's good. And it'll bleed the corpse, it'll actually get rid of the corpse as well. Right, you... heal him. Crit heal, very nice. Why can't you do that every round? Alevi, if you are going to be our main party's healer, you really need to start healing people up more. Look at the party health. Right, what was that one? Purge. This sends him backwards by 3. But he resisted it? He's going to be on death's door, but we will have completed the mission once this is done. So that's okay, and we're going to do a bleed on this guy. No, we're not. Oh, don't stress him out. He's going to test. He's going to have his resolve tested as well. Oh, finally, something good. Vigorous.
Adversity can foster hope and resilience.
So we're back on 100. So sometimes heroes can become heroic. Yeah, it confers stat bonuses. So I'll have a read of what Oh, he's bled, he's blighted, he's... Right, I need to get out of this combat. And he's going to pass his turn, and he's going to be vomited on. Thank goodness for that riposte.
More blood soaks
He killed
the
himself.
soil, feeding the evil therein.
Abraham killed himself. You're stupid. On the last round of combat, he killed himself.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Oh, at least we don't have to cure his stress. Hopefully we'll get another highwayman. So we'll return to the hamlet. I'm not too bothered about that.
Experiments should have never happened.
One of
doing
your
just
infected
work,
heroes has a
ending them.
thirst which can be only satisfied with the blood. Feed them soon or they may begin to weaken. I think Dismas may be a lost cause. We've got 9,000 gold out of this. It may not cover the costs. We got 15 crests and this leper only one. So I am going to continue with Rebu here as my tank. Which means I don't have a tank for the next one because he's going to need to clear this affliction. So he has Natural Eye, +5 to range skills, that's quite good. Wheeled Scrounger and Winded, -1 speed if hit points is below 50. That's not too bad, it just means our heals will come later on in the turns. Initiative is rerolled every round. So it is random about where they come out, and speed affects where you are in the initiative order basically. It's a plus to your initiative roll. So there are some who believe that only a litany of blood and suffering can cleanse sickness in the land. Here is one who will do its part. Oh, we've got a flagellant.
There is power in the blood for those with the fortitude
Ooh.
to pay the price.
So he's going to be our replacement. He has Paranormania, obsessed with paranormal, and a fear of beasts. He has a Manslayer, plus accuracy in crit versus human, and unyielding, plus 10% death blow resist. That's good. So what are his skills? Punish is a bleed. 4 points per round for 3 rounds, that's a 12-point bleed. And it's a full base attack as well. So it deals a lot of damage and it bleeds them. That hardly deals any damage and bleeds, but that is for the back 2. And that's a 6-point bleed. This one, Exsanguinate, is a melee attack which bleeds for 5 points a round and heals out us. And we have just a self-heal as well. Oh no, it heals someone and bleeds him for 3 points, for 9 points basically. Interesting. We're going to run with this next session. So I'm actually quite pleased with our outcome now. I'm gutted about Tabraham, but I'm happy that we've got some more new. Let's have a look in the stagecoach just before we finish. We have another seeker, sorry, another leper that we could run. We have a Hellion. I like the Hellions, and we have another. What does she have actually? Mace Bash, Hand of Light. No, I'm going to go with the Hellion and the Leper, and that is our roster full. And I need to make a judgment call with Dismas. He is craving the blood. I must have the blood. I've just spent 5,000 gold on you. I must be absolutely crazy to do this. But there's no way we're going to get rid of this Crimson Curse this early in the game. This is going to be around for a long time. And I think it's going to cost a lot more than 5,000 gold to keep you alive until then. I'm sorry, Dismas. You are dismissed.
The lame horse.
But we don't need another healer. So we're going to leave that. Anyway, that's all I've got time for today. So thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.